Dear all, my name is Lavinia Baciu. I'm the ESC Social Media Manager. I'm delighted to be here with you virtually. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for your interest in social media and how the ESC and CCNAP can work together to support each other in this social media world. At this particular moment, I am at EURECO, where I will be live tweeting all the very latest science and breaking news from important sessions, where we will do interviews for social media with key opinion leaders and also with the young community to post on our various social media channels. And that's what I also hope to do for EuroHeartCare next year in Dublin, so I can support this great meeting as well. I would like to start with, say, a bird's eye view of where we are, and then slowly go drill in the details. The world we live in, we all live on our mobile phones, don't we? Or at least that's where the world is moving towards. We all have our heads stuck in our iPads, into our phones. It could be a dinosaur passing us by. We wouldn't even notice. We just keep living our lives in our mobiles. And I'm saying that because the ESC social media, the National Cardiac Society's social media, and we ourselves as professionals, we need to adapt to that, to the latest trends in digital use and to the latest trends in social media. And why social media? Because it's the immediate reflection, mirror of all the amazing work that the ESC, its associations, groups and councils have done over the years. And all of that we stand for. Social media is like our TripAdvisor. Habits are changing. When someone wants to check an organization, they go more and more to social media and less on websites. Why? On social, you get the feel of the organization, what the community says, whether positive or negative, how the organization engages with the community, if it does. As opposed to one-way communications like websites, emails, etc. On social media, it's the only place when you can get the real deal or the personality of that organization. And now just a little bit about the ESC social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. Overall, they represent an aggregate of over 300,000 fans who look up to us and who expect useful and engaging and interesting content to receive from us. The ESC social media target audience are the young cardiologists. They are the ones who engage with our posts the most. They are the ones who expect useful information, tips, advice for their professional journey, and expecting fresh scientific content. Together, we form a social community where they exchange their views and spark debates on the latest science. Because if we are to reduce social media to just one word, that word is conversations. The vision of the ESC social media is to be the leading cardiology education, science source, career support for cardiologists on this communications medium. The ambition is to be the world's most popular social media for the cardiovascular communities. The official ESC social media pages are the only ones we should use for effective unification of our messages and for reputation management, which is crucial. If something is to go wrong, it's going to happen on social media. To make sure everything is managed in the best way and form possible, we should just keep the ESC official social media pages. Together, we are stronger. ESC social media supports all ESC entities, including CCNAP. by posting all kinds of promotional information, like information about webinars, position papers, grants, congresses, etc. We are also in the process of creating a Facebook group for CCNAP. Currently, it's just under the ESC Facebook page. It's searchable in the Facebook search bar, and we are hoping to grow it, and we will send more communications about it in the weeks to come. But do search for CCNAP on Facebook and ask to be part of the group, so you can exchange there with your peers and learn more about the CCNAP activities. Now I'll talk a little bit more about the value of social media and the role you can play to enhance its impact. Social media is an extension of our brand, of our personality. Whether an organization or an individual, we all have an image we want to portray about ourselves to the outside world, and we want to be known for that particular image. How the ESC wants to be perceived. Our positioning on social media, or our personality, is that we are cardiovascular educators. We are the most modern and progressive-looking cardiovascular society, and we are enablers of scientific exchanges. Therefore, so we have a conversationalist approach. What's your own brand? What's your own personality? How do you want to be known? What is the personality that you want to portray professionally to the outside world? Reflect that on your social media, on your own Facebook, on your own Twitter, when you tweet, when you reply. Reflect the image you want to stand for. Do you want to show to the world that you are an expert in XYZ field? Show that to the world. The moment you find new information, a new scientific piece of content, put it on Twitter and make sure to be seen in the Twitter sphere as a key online leader. Social media has a lot of value for the scientific community. If we are to summarize that in, say, 3 main points, they are: on social media, you can collaborate with virtually the entire world. Whether you have a question about a particular ECG or a clinical case or a particular paper, you can talk and engage with virtually professionals all over the world. On social media, you can share your expertise in a particular field, and you can also be a thought leader, and you can also shape the conversations. You shouldn't just stay aside and watch what people are discussing. Don't be shy. Get engaged and say your opinion, and make sure your thoughts and knowledge is heard. And I talked about science and the scientific value, but social media, it's not just about that in our context, it's also about having fun. Here I have 2 examples. The first one is more on the scientific side, which is literally just talking the cardiology language, if I may say that. And the second example is it's about the community, about the CCNAP community, getting ready for your heart care, but also having a bit of fun as well. Because on social, we have to have fun as well, as long as we're considerate. And it's also about being personal. It's about ourselves and yourselves. And of course, the scientific aspect as well. There's so much to say about social media, and when I was preparing for this presentation, I had so many things on my mind to say. And to be honest, I didn't know what to show and what not to show. So I'm hoping that this presentation is a good start. We can get a feel of where we are together. And you can give me feedback on what you would like more of from me or from the ESC social media. What other aspects I can support and help you or give you additional information on. I have prepared here a few steps on how to use it. Some of you are already heavy users of social media. Some of you are just starting now. I have here a few points, but then again, I would like to hear back from you what you think and what I've missed and what extra information I can give you on how to use social media more to your benefit. Here we're looking at how to create a Twitter profile and how to start the Twitter journey. When you create your account, it's always important to have a professional photo, to add the description of your work, and use hashtags in English and your local language. What I do recommend is to first research the hashtags in your country to see if it's worth adding that hashtag or not. For example, if Cardiology is a hashtag used by many, and there are recent posts in this thread, it will be good to add. If posts are very few, sporadic or very old, it's not worthwhile to add that hashtag. And don't forget that most conversations are in English. Don't shy away from using English. And as adding hashtags and talking in English will give you an automatically larger exposure. Add the institution web link or your own website link, add that to the description area section. And then start engaging in the conversations, start talking, engage with the Twitter sphere. Follow organizations of interest, follow your peers, engage with them, retweet if you agree with a particular tweet or if you endorse their message. Like, reply, comment, it's all about sharing. Sharing is caring, and it's all about creating goodwill. Because if we are nice to the community on Twitter, they will be nice to us as well. Spark healthy debates. Ask questions by mentioning your peers. Also, images speak louder than 1,000 words. Use images. Social media is about using good media. So that means good images, good videos, good GIFs, and nice infographics, etc. This is an example of how to research your hashtags. Put here the hashtag in the search bar and check in both top and latest tabs to see if there's really activity there, to see if at the virtual Twitter table, if there are people at this table, if there are people who really, really talk about this subject or not. And if there's a lot happening there, if this table is busy, use this hashtag. Here I have an example of Rafael Vidal. He's very, very active on social media. He's also one of our volunteers. The idea is to post succinct formulations of your key message. You've got 280 characters to play with, to be creative with. Use the relevant hashtags: CCNAP, EJCN, EuroHeartCare, cardiovascular nursing, patient care, nursing, etc. And of course, all the hashtags that you've researched regarding your key message. If you have something to say about atrial fibrillation, the hashtag is AFib. So just make sure you search in the search bar all those key messages and see if there's a healthy amount of conversation there, and make a decision as to whether you want to be seen in that thread or not. Give your opinion. Make statements, say or quote others, and to save space and also to encourage others to retweet. Tag them in the photos. Ask questions. Like I was saying, it's all about conversations. Ask questions about a particular case, about the latest position paper, etc., and mention your peers in that question. Hopefully, your peers will respond, and they will mention other people, and that creates a cascading effect. That creates what social media is all about, just expanding like a web to the entire world regarding that particular conversation. It's very important to be considerate. If you are hesitating about a particular message, it's safer not to put it. If you're not 100% sure about it, don't post it. If it's something, again, emotional and something that, again, you're hesitating and not sure that your family, not sure you'd feel proud that your family or your close ones would like to see that message, don't put it up. And the most important rule of all, there must be no identifiable information about patients. But I'm sure you know that. I just want to stress that as the most important rule of all. If you use media, if you use written content as well, but especially in media, whatever you're uploading, make sure that nothing can be traced down to the patient. Continuing about using Twitter and making the most of it, this brings me to reputation management. If you make a statement, make sure all is accurate, because deleting a Twitter at a later stage will be too late. Use Twitter as your online platform to exchange information with your peers. Don't use it to interact with patients. It's not advisable at all. And very, very importantly, never give medical advice to patients on social media. It's best if you come across a question and you really, really have to answer, just be general and direct them to get the answer from an appropriate source, but do not give medical advice on social media. Use Twitter to learn about new developments in your area. It can be your news channel. It can be your Euronews or your Sky News. And to make the most of it, and because there's so much out there, and to make your time on social more efficient, create lists with the accounts you want to prioritize. For example, key opinion leaders, your colleagues, the organizations you want to follow, and group them as you see fit. Here we have an example after you've created your profile. On the profile section, right-hand side, there is a tab, Create New List. And here you can group particular accounts that deal with a specific area or field, or you can group certain colleagues in a different list, etc. And this is a way of making your time very, very efficient on Twitter, And whenever you open it again, just go to the list so that you don't have all the information cascading and invading your news feed. I'm getting closer to the end of this presentation. I would like to tell you about the new ESC Twitter channel dedicated to our journals, to all 13 publications of the ESC. We started that at the beginning of November, and we'd like to invite you and your network back home to follow this channel and to engage with us. It's going to be exciting. The unique selling point of this new Twitter channel is that here you will have 24-hour free access for selected new articles. The new ESC Journals Twitter channel will feature articles published in all of the ESC journals, and we have negotiated free access to selected advanced access and newsworthy articles for 24 hours. This is a strong message for the scientific community. Together with the ESC Journal's Twitter editor, Dr. Ricardo Ladeiras, articles are selected across the entire ESC Journals family to alternate and give visibility to all of them. The objectives are to give a unified voice to our journals and to increase their usage and their impact factor. Up until now, it was the publishers who were highlighting our articles. From now on, it's the ESC highlighting our article. I'm talking about social media. It's from now on, any news are to be highlighted by the ESC social media. And in this case, all new articles, all new positions, papers, etc., will be highlighted by the ESC. And of course, the publishers can complement this activity, and they will continue to tweet as they were doing it before. So let's make it big. Please spread the word about this new channel, and get into the conversation. Engage. Tell us if you like our articles. If we should do anything else. If we should do something, if there's something we should do more of on this new Twitter channel. And here I'd like to thank you very much. I hope I managed to answer some of your questions or to address some of the points that you had on your mind. Because I'm not here, I'm not sure if I managed to do that, but I would like to hear what your feedback is. And like I was saying earlier, please tell me what extra information I can give you and how else I can support you further so we can work together for ESC social media, and also to give adequate and deserved visibility on social for CCNAP. Thank you very much.